North Star artist to dance or choreograph for? Dead or alive?
Michael Jackson.
I knew you were going to say it.
Michael Jackson.
Why?
Michael Jackson.
No.
But no.
Why?
Michael.
Because you're only doing one type of dance with Michael. You're not going to be able to do a whole bunch of stuff.
And I will learn that dance for Michael. Listen, I will train for Michael.
The moonwalk?
We're just going to...
I did it on purpose, you guys. I did it on purpose. I'm not
she got
that
another
stupid.
One in. You are now sitting in the world with Tiffany Haddish, where she says something and this crowd goes silent.
You're welcome. LaLa Ree.
LaLa Ree.
Welcome to tea time.
LaLa Ree.
Ooh.
I got
song.
Yeah.
LaLa Ree.
Oh.
Ooh. Do. You're welcome. You're welcome.
I love it.
We serenade all of our guests. Actually, that's a lie.
No, we
just
do not.
serenade you.
Oh, well, first for everything. Hello.
Oh, welcome. So you traveled in from?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, you guys have that in common.
Now, when you go to the airport in Atlanta, are you stopping by the only soul food restaurant there, or are you getting Waffle House on the way to the airport?
I stopped by my parents' house.
Smart.
My parents
That's
live near
soul
the
food.
airport.
Do you like Waffle House as much as my wife does?
I love Waffle House.
I was about to say, if you don't, you better get up out this chair.
Okay. Well,
I love Waffle. I would eat Waffle House for Thanksgiving.
What's the meal? What's the choice?
what is it that you love so much about it?
Well, everything. The chaos, first and foremost. And it's just like, the ambiance in Waffle House is just different than any other place.
It's real love.
It's real love.
The cheese grits are thick and not runny.
Mm-hmm.
They put it underneath a layer of the cheese grits so it melts appropriately. The grill is dirty in a good way so that when you cook your sausages,
seasoned.
it's seasoned. You know what I mean? That flat top, obviously they've been cooking since, well, it's 24 hours most of the times.
Yeah.
So they've been cooking all day.
Yeah.
The people there, I remember the last Waffle House I went to, a guy came up, he found out who I was, and he goes, I cooked that with love today. And I go, yes, sir. I think I ate it in 5 minutes. I had a waffle, baptized chicken, covered, smothered, and diced, twice cooked hash browns, diced, smothered, and covered as well, and a hot water. Because you got to put
You have to dip the utensils in the hot water.
You gotta dip the utensils in the hot because we love you, but you know you're not
okay.
clean. You know you're not clean. But we have LaLa here at the podcast, and we are excited to have you to kind of, dig in to the life that is you. Let's start with the fact that, do you count a dance step as in go, or are you counting it in 5, 6, 7, 8?
Oh, I'm a sound effects type of person.
That part.
Boom, shakaka, boom, boom,
Ooh.
all of that.
Wa-chow.
I need all
Boom,
that.
boom. All day long,
All
right?
day long. Like counting, what is that? Who counts? This is not school, honey.
I just wanted to know because it's the feeling that goes into the movement.
definitely.
Could you teach my wife a dance move real quick?
Oh my God.
Okay, let's see. Let me see.
Just a
what we
little
can do.
shoulder move.
We're going to do
Shoulder.
one,
One.
and shimmy. Here we go. So, shimmy.
Ooh.
Shimmy. Period.
Not period.
Now I'm already
Period,
off.
Pooh.
Yeah, right? Period. Okay, so I want to know, LaLa, in Atlanta, growing up as a little boy, what is life like for you?
It was all over the place. You know, being in the South as a gay kid, a black gay kid from a Christian family.
Oh, honey.
Very overly Baptist.
I got some whiskey in the corner.
Please bring it out, Jesus, because it's going to get deep. It was a lot growing up to deal with. Like, I never really got gay bashing from the outside. It was in the family, in the inside, where I, got it from.
Yeah.
But, as time went on, I learned how to deal with it. Dance was my escape. That's why I danced so much, because that was my way. I didn't have nobody to talk to. So my way to, I guess, let out my emotions was to dance. So, yeah, dance saved my life. I say that all the time. Dance definitely saved my life.
So when you say gay bashing, I don't want to go into a trigger moment, but I do find it interesting a lot in families. They think that they're saying something that's going to build you up, but it's actually an undercut with a serrated knife right to the jugular. Do you remember a sentence or a moment when you were like, oh, this is not because you love me. This is because you're hating on me right now?
Yeah. I remember they put me into football.
Oh, come on now. You're supposed to know your child. You're supposed to know your child.
They put me into football to toughen me up. this is good for you. This is going to make you a man. And meanwhile, I was very rebellious. So I would be on the field doing 8 counts with the cheerleaders. I would look at the cheerleaders, and they hated it. They said, okay, yeah, let me pull him off this football team because it's not going to work for him. But yeah, that was one of the moments where I felt like, you're not really doing this to help me. You're doing this to...
Did you know you were gay, or did you just say you were different?
Well, I didn't know what gay was, but I knew I was different. For a long time when I was young, I thought I was supposed to be a female because the only thing I saw that was attracted to a man was a female.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I was like, well, I'm attracted to this guy, but I don't look like my mama. So I think I'm supposed to be like my mama.
How did you discover what gay is?
Well, on my mother's side of the family, they were a little more accepting. And my grandmother, she had a best friend, and we called him Auntie Fish.
There's always
one.
There's always somebody in the family.
Yeah. Auntie Fish, that's what we called him. I don't know why we called him Auntie Fish, but that's what we called him.
We know what we call him. We know why we call him Auntie Fish.
We're not going to get into that part right now.
Uncle Fish.
Right. So Auntie Fish, I would just admire Auntie Fish. Like, Auntie Fish was like my Beyonce at the moment. Like, when Auntie Fish came over, I would just get so happy. And I would just like, he didn't necessarily tell me what the gay lifestyle was, but I kind of just like looked at him and just kind of followed behind him. And that's how I learned about the lifestyle.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
But you did get pushed into drag.
Yes. So drag came, okay, so I was always a very flamboyant performer, right? And at the time, we didn't have the Renaissance dancers that we have with Beyonce. Shout out to Beyonce. So the only way that they felt like I would succeed in the entertainment industry as a dancer was to do drag, because the only way I could be a feminine performer was to put on a wig and makeup.
Like, what year was this?
2009, 8, 7, early years.
Yeah.
I never wanted to do drag. Like, I love drag, don't get me wrong. I enjoy the art form, but it was just nothing that I necessarily wanted to do. But I tried it, and lo and behold.
And you succeeded.
I succeeded.
What is LaLa's brand and craft now?
More acting. I would like to actually get into more acting. Like, I discovered my niche for acting in school. I did school
Play?
Black History play, yeah. And
Who'd you play?
Madea.
Not Black History, Madea.
That was the first time, I guess, me in drag, too. They put me in drag.
I'm so mad at you right now.
Right.
Madea for Black History. I mean,
Rosa
I guess
Parks,
so.
The Rosa Parks scene where Rosa Parks on the bus.
I'm dead.
Yeah,
I'm
I
dead.
was the Madea character that
Got it.
got Madea. I mean, Rosa Parks.
Oh my God.
So I always had a love for acting and music. I eventually started recording music at like 19 or 20. I never put it out until I got on Drag Race.
So Drag Race, what was that experience like for you?
Drag Race was an amazing experience. Let me tell you, like, being on TV, I love being on TV. It's the best thing ever. That is an amazing experience.
It's a drug.
It's a drug.
It's a drug. I just wanted to know that conversation that you had with yourself every day to get ready, to get on stage, to be in this arena that your heart and soul wasn't really in, but you're still getting notoriety for.
Yeah, because I have a passion for entertainment itself. I'll continue to tell myself, at the end of the day, you are entertaining. You are doing what you love the most, which is performing for the world to see at this point. So yeah, that is what pushed me every time, every day.
And when you decided to leave drag, were you nervous that there was going to be backlash?
Yeah, of course. I feel like with drag, I always say this, I don't want people to take it the wrong way, but I feel like they put drag queens in a box. And I say that in a way of, you can only do things when you're in drag. They don't realize that if you're acting, dancing, singing, me outside of drag can still do the same thing. It just don't turn on when I go on drag.
Right.
So I was a little nervous about that people will only think that, okay, well, he's not doing drag no more, so he can't entertain. Well, I was actually entertaining before the wig and the makeup came.
Right.
I'm still the same person, just not in makeup and hair.
I don't want to get like super political, but it is a thing where the entertainer of a man dressing up as a beautiful, flamboyant, feminine character can be polarizing to some in our middle America. And so if you keep someone in a box and that's the only thing you do, it's not going to touch me too much. It's not going to bleed into my, I'm not threatened if I keep you in a box, which is unfair, because to me, the best performers in the entertainment industry are those that can put on a character as thick as a drag character and perform. You disappear sometimes. When I see Morgan McMichaels or Raven or Rue get into that character. Get into that character. I don't know your government name, but your government name disappears.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's some artists out here, you can have the best voice in the world, or you can have the most money in the world, the most money behind you, but they don't have to hide themselves.
Exactly.
That's admiration coming out of my mouth. There's not a question. It's just a pure fucking statement.
Well, I do have a
I love
question.
it. Yeah.
What is your government name?
Yes. It is Larico.
Hey, Larico.
So my LaLa Ree is actually, derived from my government name.
That makes sense.
I like that. That's smart.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so on Tea Time, we ask all of our guests to put their hand in the pot and pull out the random topic that we have in here. So there's a random topic, and we'll discuss whatever
It's
this,
already
this
greased up.
is.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I bring it
I
to
have
you.
some experience with my hand and, hoes and things.
And your beautiful
Okay.
rings might
Okay,
not let you
okay,
get
that's not
in.
gonna work.
I know. Today on Tea Time,
We are talking about
Ooh, this is so crazy. Me and my Uber driver just had this discussion. Addiction.
addiction. You talked about it with your Uber driver?
Yeah, listen. Okay.
What's the
LA
Uber driver's name?
driver's Michael. Shout out to Michael.
oh, hey,
stars?
Michael.
How
Yeah,
many
how many
stars?
5 stars and a good tip.
If you had to say, babes, that you were addicted to something, what would it be?
Can I pick a couple of things?
Sure, yeah. We'll all go.
I'm addicted to food.
Yeah.
I'm addicted, and this is one thing that I don't want to claim because I'm really trying to stop it. But I am addicted to my depression.
Oh.
I'm
Like the comfort.
I'm addicted to the comfort of my depression.
Okay.
Like I like the things that happen when I'm in it, like like what I do to take care of myself, and then when I'm happy, I do those same things. So I feel like then I'm putting myself in a depression again because I kind of. Does that make sense, babes?
It makes total sense. And oftentimes we find comfort in our dysfunction.
Yes.
That is, and it's only because we have known it for so long and we've lived in it. So we understand, like, this is not how I want to be functioning,
Right.
or this isn't great when I'm depressed, but that space of discomfort is comforting.
That's another addiction. And then I'm addicted to making people
Laugh.
I'm addicted to it.
Yeah.
I want people to always like me. And when they don't like me, I'll be like, it's okay, you don't have to like me, but I'm gonna make you laugh still. You don't have to like me at all.
You wear a lot of masks.
I do.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm a little bit of a bitch, so I embrace that as well.
Absolutely.
What about you, babes? What about you? What do you think you're addicted
Okay,
to?
so food, definitely, for sure. I've had a long-standing history with my relationship to food and my struggles with food, so that's a whole thing. But I feel like I'm also very addicted to TikTok and my phone. And
I would say that's a yes.
I don't enjoy it. It's very conscious at this point too, where I am aware that like I'm going in and I literally will like
Not I'm going in, I'm strapping up.
because it's like that. It's like, oh, I know I have a lot of stuff over there, but I am going to completely avoid it and sit my ass on this ground and just scroll. What about you?
Oh, wow. Well, food.
Yeah.
Honey, food.
I literally told my friend I only work out so I can eat whatever I want. That's not the best way
so
to look
smart.
at things. But
Yeah,
I literally
yeah.
work out, just eat whatever I want. I'm addicted to pleasing people and entertaining and making people laugh. And I found that addiction. So when I was younger, I would get picked on in school for being tall, dark-skinned, gay.
Yeah.
And I remember one day I said something at the lunch table. I don't remember what it was, but it made the entire lunchroom just go crazy with laughter. And it was
Nailed
like, repeat it. The crowd goes crazy. They were like, repeat it. And I realized when they were laughing at jokes that I was saying, they were not talking about me.
Yep.
So that became my addiction to always make people laugh first before they even notice me. I would just, let me make them happy. Let me make them laugh before they even notice me. So I'm addicted to that. I'm also addicted to, I don't want to say perfect, but I want to be great in everything that I do.
I relate. Perfectionism. Yeah.
Which is just, nothing is perfect. So I'm always disappointed when it doesn't go exactly the way that I want it. But I continue to push myself into it. In my mind, I feel like it eventually will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the pleasing of people, and I don't want to get too personal, so if you don't want to talk about it, be like, next question, bitch. But in your relationships, do you find like you do that in a relationship as well? Meaning always trying to prevent the awkward moment by, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I'm asking? Do you do that?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. Like I'm in a relationship now, and he told me I do too much for him.
You love bomb him?
Yeah, love. But oh my God, I just read about that today. That is so crazy. Yeah, he said I do entirely. Just back off. Just relax. It's all right. I'm not going nowhere. You got me. You got me. But for some reason, in my mind, I don't want to lose this man. So me just continue to give him with random things or do this and that. And he's like, stop.
Does he give it back to you?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
Yeah, but not as much as me. I'm a big giver.
How do you deal with it? The people pleasing element that you have, because you have it in relationships, you have it in work, until you don't.
Until I don't. I give everybody 10 points.
Okay.
Everybody
For
gets
Gryffindor.
10 well, for Ravensclaw.
Oh shit! That was really good, babe. Oh my God. You over here being Slytherin, okay? 'Cause you actually would be more of a Hufflepuff, to be honest. You're so sweet. Anyway.
But I give everybody 10 points. I let them deduce from their score, right? And I kind of sit back. And I know that's like not technically answering your question on the nose, but I say that to say I will give you my love and affection. And as you show me who you are, you might gain a point, you might lose a point. And I never push beyond that. Now, my toxic trait is when we start getting in fights, I don't know how to communicate very well in a fight, and I get angrier than I need to because of how I was raised. So then points start getting deducted. And that's not fair, but I'm just like, oh, that's every time you say this word now, I'm going to remember this fight, and it's hard for me to get back into, full on when we first met. But what I found being married is that like the point system goes out of the window because it's forever.
Yeah.
So it's like now I just say hills and valleys. It's like you got to walk forward, you're going to go up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah.
The earth hasn't changed. It's just the terrain that moved.
There are some people who will define their addiction as like an allergy, where they're like, literally my body cannot handle it. I'm allergic to it. And then if I have it, I can't stay balanced, right? And then there are other people who will say that it's like a coping mechanism that they then become addicted to. The repeated behavior, then there becomes a chemical imbalance in your body where you crave that substance.
Like I'm addicted to smothered covered diced hash browns.
Oh, same. God, it's so good.
Do you cook?
That's a loaded question.
A loaded question. I know. He's like, that's the most
are you
intense
a
question
Leo?
I've asked.
Uh-huh.
Are you a Leo?
A Virgo.
Oh, I'm a Leo.
Oh, period. I like
She's a Sag.
You're welcome.
Yes. I can cook.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm from the South. But do I like to cook? Absolutely not.
We love to cook. We're big cooking people. But you go in and out.
I'm going back in it. I saw a couple extra chins, so I decided to stop ordering out.
Period. That's the...
You know what I mean? You go exercise, I just stop eating.
It's
just how you choose.
Yes.
It's how you choose to live life. I'm enjoying myself with you.
I'm enjoying myself with you both as well. I love
Yeah.
this. For Raven to tell me she's enjoying me. Oh my God.
No, I really am. You're fun.
You have a lovely energy.
Yeah, you do.
Thank you.
I hope that Auntie Fish is proud of you.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yes.
Good.
Auntie Fish. They are very proud of me.
Break them off some money.
Yeah. Well.
Oh. No, don't.
No.
Not yet.
Okay. All right.
yet.
Take them off the house then.
Oh my God. Let's toast.
Cheers.
Cheers. Today we are toasting to Jonathan.
Hey, Jonathan.
What's up, John?
Jonathan is 191 years old.
Well, got it.
And he is a tortoise. And he is the oldest being on this planet.
I don't believe it.
He is.
I don't believe
He
it.
is the oldest living being
They
on this
have
planet.
not scoured the bottom of the ocean.
Living being. Living tortoise. Jonathan. 100. He's 191 years old.
Shout out to Jonathan.
We can't.
I just don't agree. I don't agree, John. I'm
can't
sorry. I'll give you your flowers,
Oh
boo.
my God! And if you see his little face, it's so old and wrinkled. Like he's lived 191 years. Think about it, you guys.
That's a long time. I know
I
Jonathan
know.
just wake up every day and said, Jesus, why not? Why? What did I do to deserve to be here, Jesus? Like, what's going on?
What would you do if you were 191 years old, or if you made it to 191 years old?
Right, I think every day I will call Jesus on the main line. You don't want me yet? Girl, what's the tea? You don't see what's going on down here?
I know. Oh my God. LaLa, you've been an absolute joy. Thank you for spilling some tea with us and having such a lovely conversation and getting to know us.
Anytime.
And please come back.
Anytime.
Yes.
Yes.
To catch the extended version of this conversation, catch us wherever you get your podcasts.